I just arrived at Flores. The flight was pretty short, just a half an hour to get here from Guatemala City. I'm at my hotel Savannah here with this cute little cat in the doorway. Adorable, adorable. And I don't have much time to sleep. I only have a few hours because they're coming to pick me up at 3 a.m. to head to Tikal. That's going to be a rough one. That's going to be a rough one here in hot Flores. All right, so quite the adventure here. The ride to Tikal was not easy. It's about an hour and a half, maybe longer, I don't know. And I got all the way here, and apparently I didn't have the entrance to the park. I bought it through Viator, and I thought it covered everything. It said it covered everything. But I had to buy another pass to get into the National Park at Tikal. All the group already left me. I can't enter the park until about 6 a.m. And at 6 a.m., I have to make my way through the jungle to get to Temple 4. Not sure how I'm going to do that. But in a way, it's cool because I can just be on my own and film what I want to film for you guys. It might be an adventure. Hopefully, Jaguar doesn't come out of the jungle and grab me or anything like that. Yeah, it is dark as hell. I have my flashlight on with my cell phone. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. Okay, this is pretty insane right now. You can't write this stuff. I am walking on my own through the jungle of Tikal. The whole group is left. And the guides in the front, they accepted my screenshot of my ticket. And they sort of just said, walk straight. Then you'll come to a path with 3 divisions. Keep on the straight path. Keep walking with your light. I have my flashlight here with my phone. And you should be fine. Just watch out for the jaguars and the snakes. And I'm wearing sandals, of course. And all I'm hearing right now are the sounds of howler monkeys here in the jungle. It's pretty cool, actually. I'm kind of happy it turned out this way. That way I can film for you guys, and it's even more of an adventure, right? So hopefully I make it to the Grand Plaza, the central plaza where the temples are. Listen. Daylight's coming right now. Thank goodness. There's a little light starting to show. Let me show you what's ahead of me here. So when I say I'm literally by myself, I'm by myself. Listen to this. You hear the howler monkeys? Oh my God. Look at this selva tree. See, if I was with the group, I don't think I could film this for you guys. This is the national tree of Guatemala, and I have it all to myself. Look at this amazing beauty. I'm actually very happy about the mix-up with the ticket because I can take my time, not be rushed, and just look at this magnificence. When I hear a little crick in the forest, I get a little nervous because I think maybe it's a jaguar it's going to come out of and try to attack me. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But I have to keep my flashlight here because it's darker. It looks a little lighter probably on the video, or maybe you can't see me that well. But this is something else. This is craziness. Let me turn this around. All right, I got to the 3 paths. There's one. There's 2. There's 3. So what I think I remember him saying is to go forward straight to get to Temple 4 or the Gran Jaguar. But oh my goodness, what am I doing? I'm a little bit insane to do this. I'll catch up with the group eventually. Alright, I came across this little sign here. It says Salida, exit. I think I'm going in the right direction to head toward the Great Plaza. But I am on my own in the jungle here. Alright, once again I'm at a crossroads. I'm not sure if I go this way. I think I'm going to head this way. Okay, as I'm trying to make my way to the Great Plaza here, I don't know if I should be concerned. I was asking the entrance guides. He said, Jaguars, they don't like the taste of human meat. They said a German guy apparently passed away here last year, but the Jaguars didn't eat him. And I was like, well, how did he pass away? Just getting lost. He had a stroke or a heart attack or something. You can't go off the beaten path here. I learned that in my 20s, because if you enter one of these, anywhere in this jungle, if you enter, you're not coming back because everything looks the same, exactly the same. So you got to stay on the path. A little bit dangerous, a little bit risky. That's what life is all about, is facing dangers and facing risks. That's where you live the fullest, the greatest. And this is as good as it gets, I'm telling you right now. Look what I've come upon here.
I wandered without direction now. No map, no destination. Just corridors of stone and jungle deciding where I'm allowed to go. Some of the ruins hide themselves, half buried, broken, patient. I'm a little lost, but not afraid. There's comfort in being alone here.
Okay, I'm not going to lie, that was a bit scary going into that Mayan tunnel. Who knows what it was for? I have to figure that out.
Walls rise where trees shouldn't grow. Stairways lead to nowhere. Carvings still hold their shape long after the hands that made them turned to dust. This wasn't chaos. It was design, math, astronomy, faith carved into stone. A civilization that mapped the sky, measured time, and built monuments not to survive, but to endure. Incredible. A true lost world. The navel of civilization. There's something sacred about being here alone. No fear, no urgency, just thought. The kind of thought that only comes when the world goes quiet. Who were they when they stood right here? Did they pause like this? Did they feel small and infinite at the same time? I run my hand along the stone, and feel the ambition in it. The belief that what they were building would outlast them. They were right. The jungle has taken much of it back, but not the meaning. Here, alone among the hidden ruins, I don't feel like an outsider. I feel like a listener. Because the Mayans didn't disappear. They're still here, in the stone, in the land, in the silence that's asking nothing from me except to pay attention.
Okay, this way to Templo 5. Okay, at this point, I think I need to turn around because this is getting a little sketchy here. It said there was a temple in this direction, and there is a path. But this looks like the path less taken. What was that? All right, now I'm heading back. This is a bit too scary. Okay, I don't know what Templo 5 is, but I heard some weird shit down that path, so I'm heading back to the main road here. I don't think that's the Great Plaza, Templo 5, so maybe we'll get to it later with a guide. Ah, thank God. I finally found the sign directing me to the Great Plaza. Let's head this way.
At last, there it was, Temple 1, the Great Jaguar. Rising from the jungle, enduring, stone catching the early light, holding centuries of devotion, violence, faith, and silence. A monument to a world that believed it would last forever. Standing there, I didn't feel triumph. I felt small, connected, late. Like a visitor to a story that had already been told centuries ago. Tikal doesn't explain itself. It doesn't comfort you. It doesn't have to. It reminds you, quietly, that everything passes through time, but time never passes through this place. The climb begins without ceremony, no warning, no easing in. The steps demand attention, focus, breath, balance. Every step brings me closer to the summit, closer to whatever they once believed awaited at the top. And then, there are no more steps. I reach the summit, and the world opens. The Great Plaza spreads out below, vast, precise, impossibly ordered. Temples facing temples, stone speaking to stone across centuries. From up here, Tikal makes sense, not as ruins, but as intention. Power, faith, control, all laid out in perfect geometry beneath my feet. The jungle presses in at the edges, patient as ever, reminding me who will win in the end. I stand where only a few were ever meant to stand, looking down at a civilization that once believed it touched the gods. For a moment, I understand why they climbed, and then the wind moves through the stone. The jungle falls away, the air thins, the sounds change. What was once all green becomes depth, layers of canopy stretching outward, broken only by stone rising where it shouldn't.
Wow. To say I'm awestruck, returning here after more than 30 years would be an understatement. It's just absolutely beautiful. It brings back so many memories. Being here with my cousin, climbing these temples. Amazing.
As I explore, I move slowly, almost careful not to disturb something unseen. I pass through a low doorway, into a chamber where someone once slept, not in luxury as we define it, but in proximity to the divine. These walls held whispered strategies, sacred calculations, dreams shaped by gods of maize and rain.
What a difference some daylight makes. When I walk this path at 5:30 in the morning with no light, just the flashlight of my cell phone, it was scary. I have to admit. I felt like I was lost in the Mayan underworld, literally. But then the temple and the plaza, the Gran Jaguar revealed itself. And I was like, wow. I'm in the navel of the earth, just like the Mayans said. El nave del mundo, mundo Maya. All right, I'm coming out of the national park here, and I think somebody saw a jaguar because somebody shit their pants. You don't see this every day coming to the Mayan world, or maybe you do. Okay, you have to admit, that was funny as shit.
The drive back to Flores was quiet. I was exhausted, so that was a good thing. As the jungle rolled past my window in deep greens and fading golds, I replayed it all in my mind, getting lost, the climb, the silence, the corridors where kings once whispered to gods. It's hard to put it into words, the magnificence of it all. Not just the size of the temples, but the audacity, the brilliance, the devotion it must have taken to build a civilization that still commands reverence 1,000 years later. Out there, swallowed by the jungle, they built monuments to time, and for a few hours, I got to walk among them.